Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. For today's reading, I'm going to be pulling spiritual guidance / advice for what's coming next for you on your journey. For pile number 1, we have this Citrine. Pile number 2 is going to be this, my butterfingers, tiger's eye. Pile number 3 is going to be Amethyst. And pile number 4 is going to be this rose, very milky quartz. Go ahead and choose whichever resonates with you the most based on the crystal, based on the number that was on the thumbnail. And I'll see what your reading loves. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this Citrine, then you're at the right place. Before I get into your messages, I actually am going to ask that you do me the favor of clicking that subscribe button, liking obviously if it resonates with you at the end, and commenting to let me know how it resonated. I'm going to start off with messages that I got in meditating on the crystal specifically. So definite very heavy earth energy. Doesn't mean you have to be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but you could have them heavy in your placements in your chart, or you could just be currently exhibiting heavy earth energies. So what does that mean? That means that you are currently very earth based, if you will, 3D based. You are creating in the physical. Okay, so there's the manifesting part where you sit with yourself and you like focus your energy and intention on what it is that you are wanting for yourself, and then there's the part where you take those actions and you're in the action part, if you will, of creating them here in the physical. What are you doing to create whatever it is that you want for yourself? I felt like your energy was extra vibrant more than normal. I felt like you were like in a place of having some sort of weight lifted off of your chest, like you've just completed a cycle or just come out of closing some sort of ties that were heavily like draining your energy and feeling just exhausting is what it felt like. Okay, you felt like free, like a more light breath of fresh air. Yeah, just new, like new. I don't know how else to explain it. Like renewed completion of a cycle type energy where you're just like, all right, the world is my oyster, or just having like, like a burst of inspiration. This could be a birth, okay, birth for some of you. But then I started to feel like there was some like nervousness or anxiousness attached with all this newly light-hearted energy that you are getting this spike of all of a sudden. And then this is where this came out. Okay, so I've already seen the card and I'm gonna let you know now. I wanted you to choose through crystal and through number, so that it would be the right message for you. Okay, so if it's not resonating with you at this point, then try a different number that you're guided to or crystal and see if that resonates with you. Okay, so I was like, what's all this vibrant energy? And then we have this card of procrastination, where it just feels like there's no movement, right? That's what procrastination is. It's very 8 of Swords. So anxiousness holding you back. And then there's that, how it tied in. So I meditated with this before I looked at the card. And then I was just like, okay, that's where the last part of the nervousness and anxiousness ties in. It's holding you back. Obviously, there's no movement. So I felt like this represents what I was getting from the crystal. It's just like this spark of like fire that's sort of guiding you, that's sort of igniting you. It's fueling you on this next part of your journey. But there's a lot of doubt in yourself, and I felt for a lot of you, it just felt very soft, very innocent, but it felt like childhood stuff. Obviously, we all have childhood stuff that is affecting us. Everybody does. Everybody has childhood stuff that they're carrying around with them that needs to be let go. Maybe that's currently what you're letting go of. That's starting to feel lightheartedness, because I took a deep breath and felt like, oof, gotta let that go. but it feels like this, maybe you were caused to like doubt yourself a lot. Maybe I can resonate with that a lot. Anytime I like spoke out about what I was kind of like guided wanting. I just noticed that my finger is all, yeah. My chubby little finger. Anyways, I threw myself off. Why am I like this? Okay. I'm getting it back. I'm taking it back. Like you were told, okay, I was telling you a story about me. I would express this is what I want to do, and everybody around me, my family, aka my family, would put doubt in me and say, no, that's not what you want to do. Like, that's not a good idea because this and that, and give me all of the evidence as to why my, what I was being guided to, what I was being, like inspired to do was a bad idea. And this was literally my whole life. So needless to say, I've grown up into an adult that doubts everything. Like, I just, yeah. So I feel like this is similar to what you are experiencing. Like, you have a hard time trusting yourself because it feels like sort of like, where do I go from here? I have all this, I was able to close off something, and now I'm like fully inspired. I'm free, if you will. There was that heaviness that was off your chest, and you feel free and you feel inspired, but you're just doubting yourself on where to go with it. Maybe you have like a lot of different ideas that is causing like some sort of like scatteredness to where you have too much, but then you doubt all of them. You don't feel overly confident in any one specific, and so you're just sort of like at a standstill, like not really getting anywhere. Maybe you're spreading your energy into like all of them at once, like launching them all. I don't know, but it just feels like there's no traction happening. Okay. Messages, strong messages for you before I pull out your cards, which I have. Where do I have them? They are right here. Okay, this trusting and looking for guidance outside of yourself. Maybe you've been asking people, what is it that you think I should do? Do you think I would be good at this? Blah, blah, blah. There's nobody that's going to have those answers for you but you. I'm sorry to say that. That's what this guiding light is. You are the guiding light. This energy, this rebirth, you did all of that. If you've closed off cycles, if you've released something that was heavy on you or draining your energy, and you worked your way through getting out of that situation and letting it go and moving forward, you've got this, okay? Like, you are the only one who knows you better than you. Nobody else. I don't care if it's your parent, your best friend, your animal, like nobody knows you better than you. You are the one that sits with yourself. You are the one that feels what you feel, thinks what you think, experiences what you do. So who else, if anybody, should you be able to trust to make decisions for you? Okay, strong messages for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. We have Get Grounded, Strategy, Fertility. We did say birth for some of you, right? Security. Ooh, this is with groundedness. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. And then I have some tarot for you. We have the Six of Air. I think that's the Six of Air. No, Earth. Six of Earth? Hold on. Desire. The Ten of Water. Yes, it's Earth. And Faith. Alright, so I am going to sit with this because I already went and took way too long on the beginning messages. Number one, this seems pretty clear. So remember I said that you were feeling like scattered when I was doing this? This message is strongly for that, because this is just confirming to me that either you're just thinking about things but not really taking any actions, or you're taking actions but at many things and not really putting any specific dedication to either of those. So that's where you're not really getting anywhere. And then, of course, there's that anxiousness and doubt. Like, you're doubting which one is the right path for you. You're doubting, well, what if I give up on this one and that was the one I was supposed to really put focus on, been more successful in, blah, blah, blah. Again, strong sense of getting yourself grounded, okay? You need to have faith in yourself. Oh, and then there's faith, right? You need to have faith in yourself. And how are you going to do that? When you get grounded in knowing who you are, okay? Because when we doubt ourselves, it's because we have a lack of faith about who it is that we are. So there's that need to like really get within yourself. Find those things that are common to you, those things that you don't doubt yourself on. For example, if you're a good listener and an advice person, yeah, I don't doubt myself on that because I know I'm the ear for everyone to listen to. That is something that I'm grounded in. That is something that is so deeply rooted in who I am that no one can take that from me. No one can ever come to me and say, you're not a good listener. I don't think you're this. No one can take that from you. No one can put any doubt no matter what they say. Find those things and focus on those, because when you focus on those, your strengths, what it is that you are sure of that are true to who you are and root deep within who you are as a person, those are going to help build, if that makes sense. Those are going to, you build on those. So taking, more, maybe some roots are a little bit shallow that are not that deeply ingrained, but use the strong roots to help pull on the less evolved roots, if you will, if that makes sense. Let me show you really quick. Because of the way I'm seeing it, it just makes sense to me. There's the tree, there's the ground, and then you have some things that you do that are like, this is a part of you and nobody could ever make you doubt those. Those are your deeply grounded roots. And then you have some of these new ones that you're not really that sure of. You haven't been doing them that long, but you're inspired to. And those are where you're feeling this anxiousness because they're something that you feel inspired by doing. You want to take those roots and grow them deeper, but you're having that doubt. So use these mama, papa roots that you have deeply grown over the years and have them pull upon those babies, okay? You expand upon what you are grounded on and then go from there. So it's really just putting your energy in that place. Focus on what you know, okay, about yourself. Strategize. Yeah, that need to have a strategy in place, but I feel like getting yourself grounded is going to help make the next step appear more certain, okay? It's going to make it versus where you have next to you're just like, is this the sign? Is this the thing I'm supposed to go towards? I'm not sure. It feels like it might be, but also at the same time, it may not be. No, you're going to know this opportunity that just appeared before you, that's going to be the one. Why? Because you're more in your grounded energy. Your focus is on what you know to be true to yourself, and therefore it's going to be either very clearly yours, you're going to feel it, or very clearly not yours, you're going to feel it, okay? Then we do have this fertility feeling for some of you. So some of you, this is about literal fertility, right? Being very fertile and growing a family, perhaps, if that's something that is currently something you are trying to do but doubting yourself in. But for others of you, the majority of you, I feel, is like just creating. This is about creation. Remember I said I felt that like spark of, with the citrine? This is about you creating whatever it is, creating a strategy and whatever it is that you desire. Like, to stop holding your back. This is the 10 of water, so aka the 10 of cups. Complete fulfillment, okay? Having emotional fulfillment in all aspects of your life, and having faith that you can bring that in. This is what's holding you back. This is what's holding you back, okay? They're both the energy of doubt, because look, like, the only person who's holding him back is himself. He has the lock. He's locked in here, we see, okay? He's got the chains, but he has the key also. So, excuse me, sir, but why are you standing there with chains on you? There's no need for all that. And then we have the fruit. So it's just like, whatever, again, that ties in with fertility, fruitfulness, whatever it is that you desire to create for yourself, have the faith that you're going to make it happen, okay? It's just about the grounding is the only thing that I feel needs adjustment, because everything else feels like it's on the right track. So please stop doubting yourself if you have been. When you focus on your inner light, you see the world through the lens of love. As we know, love is a beautiful vibration to be in. It changes. Love has the power to transform anything, okay? My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition, and that's why I said that like inner child stuff was coming up. So instead of allowing anyone to get into your energy and make you doubt what's best for you in your life, this is your experience after all. This is not anybody else's experience. So, I mean, they can take their advice, you know, we'll take it. We may take it, we may reject it, but only you know what's best for you, okay? So that's what I got for you. If this did resonate, please click subscribe for me. That is the best way that you can help support me, or to return the favor of any sort of clarification that you were able to get from this reading. Click like and comment if you feel comfortable doing so until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 2. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this tiger's eye, then you are at the right place. So before I get into any of the messages, I do want to ask you a favor. If you could please click that subscribe button to help me reach the goals that I'm trying to reach in creating this channel. And yes, tiger's eye. Right away, what I felt from the tiger's eye was I saw the giant tiger, right? This power force, a force to be reckoned with. But then there was also like strong message about the symbolism of tiger, about spiritual growth, okay? Like really embracing a certain strength that you have when it comes to that, and it being very sort of like effective in changing, creating some sort of shift for you currently. This is like heavy earth energy again, so you may be coming from pile number 1. This feels very earth-based, so in the physical, a lot of heavy focus on the physical, but I feel that for you, this is things happening for you in the physical. It feels like fall harvest time where your blessings are coming in, aka your manifestations are actually happening, okay? So things that you've been working towards manifesting are actually starting to now finally physically appear for you, and you're starting to see glimpses of things that you've brought in for yourself because you've been doing the spiritual work, the inner work, if you will, in cutting loose anything that wasn't allowing you to get where you're trying to get, okay? I feel that this growth is coming from like certain challenges that you've been experiencing, pile number 2. It sort of felt like I saw you on the journey and then a challenge came up, but you like tackled it. Okay, level 2. And then a challenge came up and then you tackled it. It feels very like I saw it like a video game, you know, like you're getting through the levels, you're getting through them. And so you're sort of like leveling up in your strengths, if you will. It felt very boss-like. You were at the boss. And you should really be proud of that, because I feel like you've been sort of taking each time each challenge arises, which of course it sounds very simple and silly when I mention it like a video game, right? But these are like real life challenges that are very difficult to get through and have put you in a place of potentially maybe being unsure of your ability to get through them. But not allowing even the deepest, heaviest, densest of those dark experiences to completely void the light. You always found the light and you fueled it back into, okay, I'm refueled, I licked my wounds, and I'm ready to go. It feels awesome. You should definitely be proud of yourself and give yourself credit for what you've accomplished in getting through. And I feel like that's why you're starting to see these manifestations, okay? So then we get into your card 32, which I had you choose based on number because I wanted you to be pulled to the energy if it were the right reading for you, okay? So the Phoenix rising. Immediately the messages that I started to get, because I've seen these 2 cards. I've not seen your other cards, but These I've seen. I wanted to meditate on them and get messages for you ahead of time. That way I wouldn't be all stumbly on my read, if you will. This immediately gave me the vibe of like somebody who's been through some shit. With all the darkness behind her and like the amount of force, and she almost looks like if she's been crying, like I said, like that, what I just said. What did I just say? You licked your wounds and then you pushed yourself. You found the light within you and like ignited it, like exactly like what she's doing here. Found the light, ignited it with her own energy, and moved on forward. We have the book here, so the book of life, if you will. Taking things into your own hands. That's what this felt like, very earth energy, like you're doing things that you wouldn't normally do in those situations, and that's what allowed you to get through that level, if you will. You changed your actions based on how you would normally act in certain ways, and because of that you were able to close that off, get rid of that, you know, get past that. And so for a lot of you, I feel like, remember I said that those experiences that I made it sound silly, like when I put it into like a video game, but it's actually not silly. It's actually like really difficult, extremely like emotional experiences that were these levels, if you will. And so I feel like some of you have maybe used anger and what was the other word, like resentment? It's not resentment, just some of you are fueling this, like, well, Phoenix is like a rebirth, right? But some of you are fueling your current rebirth pure on anger, which is okay, because what you're doing is you're transmuting, okay? When you take that anger that you hold for a situation, why you experienced what you did, you don't know what to do with it, but instead of just letting it sit within you, you decide to use that energy and transmute it into something that's going to benefit you, which I feel is what you all are doing. That's something to be proud of, because that is not an easy thing to accomplish. It's very difficult to let that anger or transform it, because it is so, it's like the boss, right? The boss level of video games. I don't know why video games are coming up a lot today, but they are. And I feel like there was a changing point in this current rebirth that you guys are having, where I got like this euphemism. What's a euphemism? I don't even know what that is. Dr. Phil. I had a flashback of Dr. Phil because I used to watch him a lot when I was like, I don't know, in high school. He was always on TV, right? So there was something that he would say, like, when changes would be made is when you decide that you can't take one more second, of one more minute, of one more hour, of one more day living this way. And I feel like for you all, there was this moment that just you decided for yourself, this is it. I've had enough. No more. Never again will I allow this to happen. And in that moment, that just being fed up, just being done with what it is that you've experienced, and deciding to shift your energy immediately and use all of that to create for yourself. Okay, I feel like that strongly. So hell yeah for you guys. I'm proud of you that for being able to make that decision for yourself, because it's difficult. It's not an easy thing to do, to get yourself out of those situations. We have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. This is literally you pulling on. Yeah, you guys, good job. Energy flows where my intention goes. Again, that's connecting very beautifully. We have Pentacle, respect. Yeah, very earth-based. Like I said, you're probably getting the respect. You're demanding the respect just in your energy. We have Cloak with concealment. We have Victory. I love this. This is like, oh my god. All these golds that are coming out for you, you guys are shining. With the Pillar of Light also, you guys are heavily, like, you're on fire. You're like that 𝐿icia Keys song. This girl is on fire. I honor how I want to feel. Or man. This is not gender specific. I just said that because that's the song lyrics. Intuition. We have the 5 of this would water, which would be the Five of Cups. Yeah, you're definitely transmuting that energy for sure. And I feel like that was where it sparked, what sparked this transformation, if you will. We have the One of Earth. Yeah, that's rebirth. You are beginning new, planting new seeds for yourself. We have the Three of Fire, taking those actions. The Youth, card number 3. This is like the Fool in tarot. So new beginnings also. It's like literally, is the Fool not portrayed this way, like taking that leap off of that cliff? And then we have Faith. This came out of pile number 1. Yeah, some of you guys are definitely resonating with both piles. Yeah, having the faith in yourself, having the faith in your journey this far. I feel like you are definitely at a point where, was it this pile or the other? It was the other pile number 1, where I was saying about knowing who you are. Pile number 2, you know who you are. You absolutely know who you are. And I feel like maybe for a long period of your time, you allowed other people to sort of tell you who you are. But at this point, that's not a thing anymore. No more. Never again will anybody ever tell you who you are. I feel like you've had a lot of bad experiences where you've had people maybe even completely shape you into or try to shape you into somebody who you're not, because that's what they wanted. This is coming up in relationships, of course, but it could also have like resonate with like your parents, because to be honest, I can resonate with both of those experiences where I would just allow other people to sort of control my decisions, control everything. But no more. Never again. And yeah, this feels like whatever it is that you choose to do from this point on, whatever it is you choose. Did I even read this? I honor how I want to feel. Yeah, that's you. That's the same energy. You no longer are allowing anybody to tell you how you should feel, what it is that you should want, what it is that you should do. Never again. You have the power to make anything happen for yourself right now, and I feel like that's where you are. I feel like a lot of you are just rewriting the whole damn story, or throwing the book away and just restarting a new one. Forget everything else that you had to mourn or experience. Letting all that go. Seeing the opportunities of what's releasing that is going to bring to you. You guys are strongly being guided towards many beautiful things. I feel like you're inspired to share yourself with others at this time. So whatever endeavors you are taking place in, or whatever you feel an inkling towards, I feel like do it. There's no stopping you. Like, nobody can stop you now. Like, seriously. Wherever you're headed, you're shining your light and you're leaving a trail. You're demanding respect, whereas maybe people didn't give you the type of respect, show respect where it was deserved. This circle means like, yeah, like very strong, like impenetrable, if you will. And then we have this concealment. You know what this is reminding me of? The other day, last week, I did a reading about with the crystals, where I like channeled messages for the crystals, which kind of I did today also. And I said that you were very dark and mysterious. It might be this pile, I don't remember, pile 2. Let me know, please. And I said that I don't mean that you only come out at night and wear a like cape, but you might. This is giving me that whole vibe again. You're very mysterious. Again, it's giving me, I feel like you guys are closing yourself off from a lot of people. You have this like circle of protection around you. So yeah, I really feel like you've cut ties. You've cut ties, and it's what's allowing you to just like really rise. So this could be like ending things that needed to be ended. Doesn't have to be people. It could be situations, but it could be people. For some of you, I feel like it's people. I can see you clicking block, 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 going block crazy. deleting contacts, deleting message, what do they call it? Like threads? Because I do that. For me, I don't store any of that energy. If I'm done with you, you're cut out. Delete messages, delete photos, delete number, delete your soul. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing. Like, you're so hard to get to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're in this, like, bubble of protection. You're just like, nope, nobody's getting in my bubble of protection. I'm creating for myself. And it feels good. You're doing the damn thing. Keep your faith. If some of you are lacking a little bit of that or being a little, no, don't do that. You're in the right place. You have the right idea. You have a good energy flow, which is right there. You have good energy flow right now. You have a strong sense of where you're setting your intentions and then taking the actions. For intention is a dual thing. It's about thinking about obviously what you want. You're setting that intention, but then taking those actions on that specific, making them match. That's how you create this strength, which I feel like you are. You're just like, it's getting bright. It's getting bright. It's so intense. You may be really intense to some people, actually. Your light, let me just side note, your light, the higher you shine, you're going to realize that people are either going to be pulled in by your light and drawn to you, or they're going to be completely repelled by it, okay? And it has nothing to do with you. If people are repelled, they are just reflecting something that they don't see in themselves and or don't want to see, okay? There's something about you that shines light on their own shadows, if you will. It triggers something in them that they think that it's you, but it's actually them. They're the problem, not you. You just go on shining your light, okay? But I'm letting you know, because if you all are sensitives like me, which I feel like some of you are, a lot of you are, with this intuition and this, yeah, for sure. I feel like it's hard not to take people's sharp energy that way as something personal. It feels very personal, right? Because you're energetically feeling it. But just know, be aware, okay? You're gonna either draw people in, they're gonna love you and support you, or you're gonna repel them and they're gonna want to, like, I just see hissing cats. Hissing cats surrounding you outside of your concealment circle. But shoo, okay? That's what I got for you, pile number 2. If this resonated and you haven't already, please click subscribe. That's the best, most beautiful way that you can support this reading that I just gave you, and help me in my journey, okay, and what it is that I'm trying to be victorious in. So like, comment if you feel comfortable doing so. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this amethyst, then you are at the right place. So really quick, before I get started on any of your messages, I'm going to ask you to do me the favor of clicking that subscribe button. It's what's mainly going to help me get this channel and messages across to more people, okay? So, amethyst. This specific amethyst, because I have several amethysts. Oh, there we go. When meditating on this, I felt strong focus on these little, like, sharp, like lightning little lines, if you will, all right here where it looks like this specific amethyst had like an impact. It looks like it fell down at lightning speed and then had a sharp impact, if you will. And immediately that felt to me like there's this like deep wound that you've recently experienced. Why is it doing this? Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, I've strongly felt this immense sense of sadness, okay? I felt like there was this sharp or very sudden like impact, something that impacted. So a sudden loss or a certain like change that happened that really impacted what I felt was like your heart chakra, okay? I pictured a feminine energy like on her knees with her hand on her chest, and it sort of felt like there had been an impact, almost like an explosion in her chest, and she was grabbing what pieces she could. I know it sounds gory, but She was grabbing what pieces she could and holding it up against her chest to try to like patch it, if that makes sense. So that tells me that that's something really freaking heavy, okay? I felt like there was something needing to be mourned, because I felt like it was something that you were trying to heal, like patch up, but not address the wound, if that makes sense. So whatever that is for you, that if you're resonating with this message, right, don't make it fit. It's either going to fit or it's not. But sort of like when I saw her like holding and trying to heal, like there was a strong emphasis on her trying to heal the wound, and I feel like you need to mourn whatever that situation is before you can heal it. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I've already seen this card. I wanted you to, okay, so I did meditation on the crystal first, and then I flipped the card and got further messages connecting them. You're gonna be shocked. Well, I was shocked, right? Now I just told you that I've already seen it, but I was shocked, because then we have a woman literally crying. And she's not holding up against her chest, but the energy is the same thing. There's something very deeply felt impact that she's had that's hurting her, right? And it's needing to be healed. And I feel like that's where you're at. You're in the process of trying to heal, but again, strong emphasis and message that it needs to be mourned before it can be healed, okay? Don't lose your faith. I feel like this is a very trying time if you're resonating with this message, and there was a strong, like I even saw it in all caps, don't lose your faith. So the strong message about that if you've been lacking faith, or yeah, I mean, this, of course, that would make you feel that way, right? Whatever this impact was. I felt the way that she's holding, and there's like this little glow, there's like this clinging to what was that is no longer, okay? And it sort of gave me the vibe of, there was this song where it says, your shine won't last forever, but you'll forever glow. Lindsay Sterling, is it Lindsay Sterling? I think it is, because then there's like this violin part in it. It's very beautiful. That song makes me cry a lot. But that's what it feels like your shine won't last forever, but you'll forever glow. There's like this afterglow that you're holding on to, and that's what I felt with that. Something that's not there, but that you're holding. I don't know. That's either going to resonate for you or it's not. Like for me, to be honest, it resonated very deeply that I even had myself a little cry. Yeah. So I hope I'm able to give you something in your messages. All right, pile number 3. We have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Transformation right there. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Is that what this is? Where the don't lose your faith? Maybe you're losing faith in your direction. We have security. We have passion. We have cleansing. There's that healing energy. Winter. Man holding a heart. And rest and rejuvenation. I'm going to put this over here. Okay. I am going to sit with this really quick so I can get a clear read. You know what, pile number 3, I was in the middle of shifting the cards over here and I realized that I didn't even show you the tarot. We have death and rebirth. I'm going to shift them again. I'm just showing you. We have desire. Again, desire has come out in all 3. The youth, that also came out in, I don't remember which one. 6 of Wands. This is 6 of Fire, 6 of Wands. And then we have the 7 of Air. Okay, I'm already confused with what's going on here. I was already confused to begin with. really quick. I'm going to put these aside, and I do want to clarify this card. Which other one? Yeah, I think the man holding a heart is the only one that might be throwing me a little bit off. But let me just clarify him. Please clarify man holding a heart. Okay. All right. So now that you've seen the cards, I'm going to flip everything around and get a good read on this, okay? Pile number 3. Let's see what comes up. It feels like a very dual reading, so bear with me on my ability to take on this megalith, okay? We have an energy right here, and I see it shifting out of this into this, which is a very beautiful story unfolding. However, it is something big. It's kind of very profound, so it would not surprise me as if whatever happened here somehow unexpectedly ends up connecting to this shift as it happens, okay? Let me explain why. Because I feel like this, what happened is immediately putting you in a place of, you just sucked all your energy into within, because why? If you're holding your chest together, that's the only thing you can focus on, right? Is holding your chest together for every single second, because your life depends on it. And so I feel like it puts you into this place of, as it says here, she's in the cave, okay? Pulling away, very isolated, very within, very winter energy. But in this, that is happening, this winter energy, rest and rejuvenation. Remember I said there needed to be some grieving before the healing happens, but I feel like if you're already in that process, putting yourself in this state is gonna unlock something for you. And so naturally the 7 of air in tarot is 7 of swords. Sorry, I always have to, like, it takes me a minute. So the 7 of swords is usually the guy who has like the swords, I think like 2 swords on his back, and he's dropped 5, and he's like kind of like the trickster, the deceitful, and okay, this is different energy, not the same at all. In this specific deck, the 7 of air, what it's giving me is that there's, if you see his eyes are whited out, so something that he can't see necessarily, it's like hidden wisdom, hidden knowledge, hidden something, but it's got that same like blue, cold, frozen energy that all these cards have, okay? And what it's telling me is that in this state that you've been pushed into based off of what wounding has just happened, there's something that's going to be found. There's something that's going to be realized or acknowledged, okay, within you from having isolated yourself, that is going to allow like this crazy transformation. So the reason why I said this is a dual energy is because for some of you, I feel like this is bringing in love. I tried to confirm that. Is this like within a person or exterior, okay? And I got the Ace of Wands. So again, that's that masculine energy, if you will, this fiery wand having to do with the masculine. Whatever is unlocked here is sort of like taking you from this energy of cold, isolated, and it's sort of like this warming. It warms and melts, and it sort of feels like the type of healing that comes from fire. Fire is known also as the element to purify through flames, okay? How do we clean water when it's dirty? When there's some issue, they put a boil warning, and they have you put fire to your water to purify it, to cleanse it, if you will. And I feel like that's what's happening here. You go from this like really cold, isolated, lonely even, and all of a sudden there's this guidance that you receive in that state that is going to create some sort of fire healing. Okay, so if that's not a separate person, maybe you are in a relationship in which your person is going to create this sort of fiery healing for you, okay? They're going to be a big role in unlocking what's next for you. If it's not even, maybe it's not even a person, maybe it's you in masculine energy part of you taking those actions with that wand in pursuing the passion, something that's new that you are creating. So it could be within yourself, but a lot of you, I feel like this is actually a separate person. I don't know why it strongly feels that way. I can pull some more cards right now just to confirm, but obviously it's a general reading, so it will be either or, okay? I always trust the direction of the universe, and I know I'm being guided. You are being guided, and you will be guided. If you feel like some sort of lack of ability to connect with your guidance, don't be weary. If you're in this energy of being shattered from some heavy impact like that, yeah, that's going to make it difficult to connect with your own inner guidance, because there's a lot of emotional intensity going on that keeps you from grounding yourself and connecting, okay? But don't lose the faith, because you are being guided nonetheless. We have death and rebirth. New baby, newborn baby. Why isn't it focusing on the newborn baby? Yeah, whatever it is, there's something that's being created from this impact. And look, it's like, you know, the afterglow that you're holding on is going to create something forever glow. Is that what I said? I don't know what I said. Afterglow. Regardless, it's the same thing. I don't know. The desire, it's literally the same energy. The person holding the fire and creating this sort of transformation. Passionate, very, like I said, fiery. Like all of a sudden you're going to go from feeling this like isolated, lonely, but something's going to happen in this transition in which you're going to be guided into cleansing, purifying, reignition, to where it's going to completely take you out of this energy. This is going to be temporary, my loves. Pile number 3, what you are experiencing right now is going to be temporary, okay? Trust in your guidance. You are being guided. We have the Youth here, which in tarot is the Fool, and the Fool always comes with a clean slate. It is somebody who does not have anything holding them back as far as like baggage. They are relieved of anything, okay? They're just like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to set on this journey, this new adventure. And it's a new start with death and rebirth and the Youth, the Fool energy. It's this beginning of something. And then we have the Ace of Wands, again, the beginning with the staff. So strong masculine energy. This feels like actions that all of a sudden, or opportunities that are going to come in for you. But also for some of you, like I said, it feels like a new start in something in which this person who maybe new with the Ace of Wands, somebody enters your life, or you know, your experience, and really warms and melts this. It creates this transformation where you end up having this like sort of beautiful cleanse. It melts all of your snow, if you will, and allows you to be cleansed and purified through that fire. The fire is the passion, okay? The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. So keeping, obviously, I felt like your heart chakra. Remember, that's what I felt. I felt like there was a wounding in that energy center, if you will. I feel like whatever this is going to give you this strong sense of like safety. This card came out in pile 1, I think it was, but it felt different for pile 1. For here, it feels more like the home, versus you yourself as a person. Now I feel like it's representing your life around you, like what you experience and your feeling of safety. Yeah, because that's what the home is. It's your safe place to go when, you know, you're overwhelmed by the world and you just want to get back home, right? That feeling of home. I feel like it's bringing you into that feeling in this direction. We have this, which is the 6 of Fire, which is typically the 6 of Wands in tarot. And this again is where it was throwing me off, because I was like, the 6 of Wands is usually the guy riding on his horse with the wreath, and he has the extra big wand, right? that has the wreath on it, and it's like victory. This feels like victory, but it feels like victory in something coming together in some sort of way, okay? So this could be like metaphorical, like things are coming together in a way that's allowing you to be victorious. Or once again, with this card, for some of you, it's going to be a person where things come together and you and this person merge in a way that's very fulfilling. If you see the guy in the back, like he's like giving his blessing, I guess. There's this cup that's like dripping down. It's overflowing. Like there's abundance, if you will. There's plenty of victory to go around within whatever's opportunities are coming, okay? This feels very... Have hope, okay? Do not lose your faith. Do not lose your hope, because although you are not seeing any of this fiery stuff yet, you're in this blue period, if you will. There's always a reason. I hate to say it, because whatever happened that created this feeling that I was feeling, and it was not, no, it's not a feeling that's light. Okay, it's not a light feeling by any means. It's something very heavy. But there's something in this for you. Okay? So don't lose your faith, don't lose your hope. Keep trusting and looking for your guidance, because your guidance is leading you towards whatever this is. That's very warm and intense and victorious and fulfilling and awesome, okay? It's very cozy. It's very, I don't know, it just feels good. It feels like the springtime, but like on steroids. I don't know, that's the best I got for you. That's gonna be your reading, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so awkward. Like, comment if you feel comfortable doing so, until we vibe again. Hi, pal number 4. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this little rose quartz, then you are at the right place. Before I get into your messages, I'm going to kindly ask that you do me the favor of clicking subscribe, and of course, as well as, if this message resonates with you, at the end, liking and commenting if you feel comfortable. So, rose quartz. I'm getting my notes, lol. What I did, I already know what these two cards are. I needed to know the number, and I needed to, but I meditated on this first, got you a few messages, and then I flipped the card, and I was able to try to build like further messages based on connecting them, okay? So let me tell you with the rose quartz first. The first thing that I got was like seeing energy pulled inward into this sphere. So it gave me like this sort of vibe of like generating strength. This could be like you actually like pulling your energy away and inward towards yourself, or this could just be you really, sorry, I have the window open, harnessing your strength, sort of just not exhausting it in any way that you don't need to be exhausting, like reserving it, okay? It felt, hold on, let me close the window. Sorry, loves, this because my cat likes to be at the window, and I also like it, like when I'm meditating on the cards, but yeah, it's like traffic hour apparently. Just kidding. Anyways, all right, so I felt like introspection, like I said, the way I saw like energy being pulled in to like a circle or whatever into the crystal, it sort of felt like maybe your focus is there also, that could be for you, or it could be all of the above, right? But like your focus really going inward, a lot of introspection. I felt like there was this like building momentum, like pulling in energy, storing in energy, but this could also be like thoughts, like pulling in thoughts and really putting them in a specific focus. It felt very powerful. Oh, and then I got, because connecting with the rose quartz is like the energy of like love, you know, so maybe it's just like you're working inward when it comes to like loving yourself, or it could be your focus is on something related to love. And then I heard like the power of love, and then I also heard in the name of love. I don't know. Oh, yes. Stop in the name. Oh, yes, that's what it is. I was thinking it felt like a song, but I was just like, is there a song called that? Is that what it's? I don't know. I feel like that's what it is. Something about music, something about power of love, um, something about music in general. I don't know, it just felt very vibrant in your energy. So maybe you like to listen to a lot of music. Yeah, or maybe you like to sing or something having to do with that, okay? That's just random. Then there was like this focus on the crystal looking sort of like an egg, which I always say every time I use this crystal, but it gives me like different energies. Right now, the energy that it gave me was obviously like creation, like if there's something you're creating, but it gave me like the vibe of like pregnancy. Okay, like like when there's a pregnancy, like typically it's most common that a woman doesn't share that until past her first trimester, for the sake of nourishing it and not knowing. Okay, so it's just like everything's too new to be, letting anybody know, because it's very unsteady, unstable, not completely like secure and all that. Okay, so I felt like you were being like very secretive, which could explain that like inward, like you're not sharing a lot of yourself, or you're not sharing what this buildup of momentum is with other people. I felt like I also got the sense, I was comparing it with like an egg and the little things. I felt like you were hatching an idea or hatching a plan, something like that. It just felt like there's something you're not sharing, okay? But it's good. It feels like, it doesn't feel like anything shady. It feels like something very exciting, new, obviously, because of like that birth, you're about to give birth. And then I also got like the intense power about it also. Again, because it was like this focus on, like the cell, and then you go all the way down to like the most tiny particle of DNA, and how if you break apart DNA, like this tiny little force of very juiced up energy in that tiny bit of DNA, that when you split the strength of what's brewing in that, it does the freaking, what's the thing called? Thing. Why can't I remember? A nuclear bomb. I just kept on seeing the mushroom cloud, but I couldn't remember the name. Yeah, that's what happens. They split the DNA, the tiniest particle, but it's so tiny, and the sphere holds in. Yeah, it feels intense. In other words, okay. So then we have your card. Card number 2. You chose take off your, the message is take off your masks. And then there's like a little fox mask that she's holding. Fox. The symbolism of like deceit, right? Of holding something back, of not necessarily being completely honest. And so the vibe that I was getting with this like female here was that she is taking off a mask of a persona that was put upon her. I got like this whole story about how she was like this rich, well-to-do, and the family members, were very high standing, and they had a reputation for themselves, and they were, this is story time, okay? Like, don't judge how my mind works. And then that they forced her into ballerina, because there's an emphasis on she's hanging up her shoes, she's leaving behind her past identity of what was put upon her. She was told that she had to be a ballerina, that it made her more, I don't know, appealing to when they're gonna like marry her off. And none of this has anything to do with what she actually wants, with who she actually is. It's just literally her existing to serve the purpose of what role she plays in their life. In other words, I kept on seeing like this parents, the hierarchy, like king and queen vibe, very royalty, very high standing, cares about their reputation, and so therefore she is a reflection of their reputation, and so she is automatically expected to follow along with what they say for the sake of the standing of the name and reputation of the family and what they've built and their lineage and all of that. High pressure, heavy pressure to be perfectly beautiful with soft features and very feminine and very, like perfect, the image of perfection. And taking off your masks, being that this is what you were doing, you're hanging up maybe that's what all of this like buildup was, this buildup to revealing your true self or taking some sort of actions that are more aligned with your true self, like putting something behind. And this could be anything. This could be leaving whatever behind, something that did not allow you to be your true self. Okay, so put that wherever it fits in your life. But yeah, I'm strongly feeling that. Oh, emphasis on, what was that thing? Something about letting go. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes, and this is that you were often told who to be and how to behave. Perhaps is something that resonates with you. Like that's something that you finally decided to rid yourself of, is somebody else sort of having the reins on your life. Okay. And then I felt like you taking off this mask, like the impact that it's going to have on people is going to be like, whoa. Like people are not going to see where that came from. And I feel like you, whatever it is that you're creating, that it feels like, yeah, like you're about to unveil it, but there's still like need to hatch, or like, you know, like the egg, it's got to be nurtured. It's still got to be nurtured. You're still in the processes of building up to this. But I feel like you're up to something and it feels good. Like I said, the impact is going to be like, whoa. People are going to be like, who, what? No. They're going to be so shook. All right, so let's see your cards. You got a lot of cards, by the way. So let's see what we got for you. I am the dreamer of my dream. There we go. That aligns with her. With her whole vibe. She's changing things up. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Let me just pull them all out, okay? We have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. We have break the chain. I love that. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future, okay? That's the same message as I am the dreamer of my dream. LOL. The tarot cards guidance. In the middle of a YouTube tarot reading, you are being guided to tarot readings. Lord God, masculine, okay. I don't think I've ever gotten that card, masculine energy. We have healing. Again, didn't we have healing? Yeah, healing right here also. We have the Three of Fire. The knowledge. The mother. Ooh. So there's a masculine and a feminine here. We have integrity. Ooh, I should probably cover that up for you too. Okay, so we have integrity right there. Heaven and earth. Ooh, I love this too. Oh my god, what is happening? Door to romance. Card 33. Goddess of the moon. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. I'm just kidding. Rest and rejuvenation. That matches. There's more, yeah, with healing. Woman holding a heart. What? So there's a lot of heavy like balance in masculine and feminine energy here. And then the sun. I love this. This is gonna be so good. Whatever you're hatching, it's gonna be awesome. Let me sit with your cards. I'm probably gonna shift things around just to get a clearer read. Okay, pile number 4. So some healing that you've been working on. Remember I said you were pulling energy in. I feel like that introspection or whatever it is that you're doing in conserving your energy or pulling your energy is really allowing you to come to a place of letting some things go, or find your inner light, or reconnecting with yourself, finding your own guidance, and sort of navigating your way towards whatever it is that this is, right? Whatever it is that you are hatching. I'm going to keep saying that, okay? Whatever it is that you are hatching. Rest is a strong indication, and I feel like this is current energy because, like I said, I feel like if this is the pregnancy, if you will, that first trimester is that very important time. It's when a lot of stuff is really taking place, even though you can't really see a lot of, like, you don't see the baby like be crazy big, right? But there's a lot going on in those tiny little cells within those first 3 months. A lot, okay? And so I feel like that's what this is. Like, even though you don't physically see a lot of growth in this period of hatching, that it is important for you to really continue what it is that you're doing, because I feel like you're already doing it. So in other words, continuing to do what you're doing, because it is what's gonna allow you to be able to break this chain. Remember what I said? Like, it says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So there's ancestral part, your family lineage, in other words, has been going in a cycle, and you are being guided out of the cycle. Okay, this is not for you. It was not meant for you. You are rewriting the future for yourself and for those that come after you. Okay, and I feel like it's a very beautiful thing. Whatever it is that you are lighting up, coming out of a place of like unhappiness, darkness, maybe even depression, from whatever the situation that you've been having to wear masks, wherever it is in your life that you've felt the need, or not felt like not being able, like all this expectation on you to be this certain thing that doesn't feel true to who you are, and is therefore not allowing you to live your life happily, you know, live your life for you. And it sort of feels like that's put you in a very dark place, because what it is that you are hatching now is literally going to light everything up for you. Your fearless freedom, being free, taking off that mask, is going to light up the world. That's the same vibe that I was getting, where it's just like people are going to be like, whoa. I don't know. It's just it's just going to take people by shock. Like, I don't know what it is. And then we have healing, and we have the mother. The mother is very nurturing, right? The mother is very healing. So I feel like something that you are doing is really, it's working for you, okay? Maybe you're mothering yourself, remothering yourself, whereas maybe your actual experience with your mother wasn't as nurturing and healing and accepting, you know, that you weren't given that. In other words, you weren't given what you needed in that way. So there's that need to like remother yourself, but it's truly like whatever you're doing, this resting, this pulling your energy within you, this introspection, this hatching a new way for yourself. I just saw 1515. That might be something for someone. Yeah, like it's working. We'll just say that. It's like I said, it's that powerful, something that's coming up is very powerful. So then we have this card of integrity, and then we have this 3 of wands. So this would be fire energy, taking your new endeavor, right, on this new way, which would be once you take off the mask. And I feel like with the integrity card coming out, it's sort of like where you move forward from here, you do it with integrity. You do it with full what is the word? Accountability. Whereas before, things that you sort of put out there, like energetically, in ways that you interacted, ways that whatever, like maybe you're holding on to that. As far as like guilt or something, I don't know, there's something negative associated with that. But being able to put that behind, because you were not yourself, okay? You were the fox when those things happen. Now that you are removing that, like you're moving forward with integrity in the actions that you take as yourself without the mask, okay? Also, we have knowledge here. So once again, oh wait, this is not the same pile that I said that going within was going to bring you. Well, I did say you were going within also. Maybe all these connect. Okay, I need to stop. Give me a second. All right. I said that you were pulling your energy and harnessing it into something, but a lot of these piles have been the same, with the little focus on the ball of light, if you will. It gives me the same vibe of, like I was saying, pulling your energy within is all of a sudden giving you some knowledge. It's sort of like when you know better, you do better. Take that as it resonates. Only if it resonates. That's what I heard, okay? But moving forward to be able to create your own heaven on earth. What is heaven on earth? Heaven on earth is having a perfect balance, having a flow of abundance that comes from a high vibrational place. So living a free life that's full. Why do I say it like that? That's full. It's very fulfilling. So in other words, you're able to play, you're able to enjoy, but you're able to support yourself at the same time. You're able to experience. It's just life as it should be, to be honest. Life as it should be. But unfortunately, it's not, right? So heaven on earth is being able to experience all of those beautiful things without all the bullshit. Again, take that if it resonates. Tarot cards and guidance. I feel like maybe in pulling your energy in and you're being guided to tarot readings, and that's fine. Obviously, only take what you need from tarot readings, especially, I know 1000% if you're watching my reading, then you're watching other readings that YouTube is recommending to you. And a lot of times there are messages that are there for you that will come up in your algorithm, that there's something there for you. But I do always advise, just like all other tarot readers would advise you, to be, what is the word? To use discernment. You're either going to know if a reading resonates because it's just going to feel like yes, 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 yes. That's what a reading that resonates is. If you're like, I guess that kind of fits, and you're questioning what maybe that could be, no. I'm going to tell you right then and there that that's probably not the reading for you, okay? It's going to resonate or it's not. So please only take what does, as maybe a part of this will resonate with you, but not necessarily another part. It is a general reading. So I just felt the need to say that for some of you, because maybe you're sort of getting, if you feel uneasy when watching a reading, it's not the reading for you, okay? You should never feel that when you are attempting to receive guidance, okay? Yes, a tarot reader may be very blunt with you about what's going on, but you should never feel icky or angry or, yeah. If you're feeling that, that's not the reading for you. You should always feel like, yes, I needed to hear that. Thank you for saying that, okay? That's what you should feel. Okay, now, door to romance. And then this part of, oh my gosh, this is like a beautiful part, because I feel like some of y'all are coming into a place of really being connected with yourself, to where it's going to finally bring in, I'm already at 20 minutes. I saw 2020. You're bringing in a real strong connection. For others of you, this is just you being really in balance with your own masculine and feminine energy, okay? So that would create heaven on earth when you're fully in balance with your masculine and feminine, because the feminine is the part that trusts the intuition, trusts the guidance, and knows where to go from here. That's best going to lead to healing. That's best going to lead to growth. That's best going to lead to love, abundance, attracting all of that in, okay? Creation, living fully. And then the masculine energy being finding the actions to take, finding the path ahead, finding what step comes next and taking it, okay? That is that masculine energy that takes the lead in the 3D, whereas the feminine, if you're able to come into balance, like full in that, you can create anything for yourself, okay? When there's no imbalance or push and pull or doubt over one end or the other. But for a lot of you, this is a love reading, because we have door to romance, card 33, that may be resonating. 44 may resonate with you also, but we have a masculine right here, a woman holding a heart, a feminine right here. We have the sun energy, which is masculine, and then we have the moon energy, which is feminine. So if you do resonate with your soul connections, this is coming into a stronger sense of balance and potential union with the sun card here, okay? So only take that if it resonates. You're gonna know, because it's just gonna feel more in balance. It's gonna feel less resistance in your connection. If there's somebody that you already have in mind, yeah, you're gonna go from a place of feeling like it's not very balanced, to all of a sudden feeling like this is flow, okay? An energy of flow. You both give freely without feeling any resistance towards each other, feeling any need to pull away, feeling any sort of, it's just gonna feel flow, okay? But that's what I got for you. I hope this resonated with you. I feel like this reading had me a little bit more, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I do like the messages for you, and I hope that they did resonate. If they did, please be sure to subscribe first and foremost. That's the best way that you can support me in getting these messages out there. And like, comment if you feel comfortable doing so. Until we vibe again, loves.